first gold medal of the 1986 Commonwealth Games at the Playhouse Theatre. And we do believe it's only the 4th gold medal ever in Commonwealth or Empire Games competition for the Canadians. They won 3 in 1978. Jean-Marc Cardinal, also Russell Pryor and Michael Mercer, and now Denis Garon has joined his famous countrymen, winning Canada's first gold medal of weightlifting. Second place went to Duncan Dawkins from England, Andrew Saxton of England in 3rd place. There are the final placings, and look at the margin in favour of Denis Garon. Yes, with me is Bill Stelios.
That's right, Gordon. There's quite a long margin there. The Canadians were very confident in this category, as previously Kevin Roy, also from Canada, who was previously going to compete in this category, but they were very confident with Garon to take out this category. I think they've made a very good move. The only problem is they're going to put a lot of pressure on our Australian Gino Fratangelo.
Record total of 360 kilos from Canada, Denis Garon.
That makes up for his second in last year's Pan Am Games.
The winner of the silver medal with a total of 332.5 kilos from England, Duncan Dawkins.
And it's been a happy day for the Englishmen, because at 90 kilos they won gold and silver through Keith Boxall and David Mercer.
The winner of a bronze medal with a total of 327.5 kilos, also from England, Andy Saxton.
And the haul on the day for England, a gold, 2 silver and a bronze. So they'll creep up on the team's point standing for the Trafalgar Shield.
Yes, that's right. We've come here not to only win as many medals as possible, but to take that team shield back.
Stand by for the national anthem. So only 2 sessions of weightlifting now remaining on the final day tomorrow. The 110 kilo class, the heavyweights, Australia to be represented by Gino Fratangelo. And then the big boys come out. And of course the Olympic champion, Dean Lucan from South Australia. And he'll be ably supported by Charlie Garzarella from Victoria. And Bill Stelios, Australia has to win medals tomorrow to retain its position and also to retain that Trafalgar Shield. How do you see it all unfurling?
Well, up till now, seeing the boys today, Dean is very confident, no doubt. He's a very confident lifter, very cool, calm, collected. Young Charlie, who's hoping to fill in Dean's shoes in the near future. And it'll be very hard for Charlie, as have some lifters moved up in that division to make it hard for him. But we hope he does pull in at least a bronze there, possibly a silver. Just depends how his knee pulls up. He's slightly injured. And with Gino, well, Kevin Roy having moved up from the 100 kilo category, he's going to put so much pressure on Gino, but Gino is that determined. He's just that determined to make up for his loss in the past games. I really do hope he pulls through and.
Well, he was the only Australian not to win a medal in Brisbane.
That's right. He was the only Australian, and Gino, in fact, is one of the best lifters in our country and one of the best ever up till now. I'd have to say that he's been performing much better than what I have this year. He's broken Commonwealth records, and He does train very hard and on his own in Tasmania, so he's going to prove a lot of people what he can really do. So we wish him the very best.
Our thanks to Bill Stelios, Australia's gold medal winner in the middleweight division. Australia has excellent prospects of winning 2 more gold medals on this final day, and that would bring the total to 5, surpassing the record 4 won at Edinburgh 16 years ago. And almost certainly it would be the team's clincher for the 3rd games in a row. First up in the heavyweight division is Gino Fratangelo from Launceston, and Gino has a point to prove because he was the only Australian lifter to miss a medal at Brisbane in 1982, and he's been in record-breaking form. He set a new Commonwealth clean and jerk in the selection trials just 3 months ago. His main opposition should be the Canadian Kevin Roy, who was the centre of a storm yesterday when his Polish coach pulled him up from the 100-kilo class against his wishes because Roy felt he had the gold medal at his mercy, and mentally he's got to be affected. I think Fratangelo can become the first Tasmanian lifter to win a Commonwealth Games gold medal. Well, this is the first lift in the 110-kilogram division. The heavyweights, the big boys here. Mark Groombridge from England, his first attempt in this division at 142.5. And with me is Australia's first gold medal winner at these games, Greg Hayman.
Mark here should make this attempt quite easily, a first attempt. As you'll see, very easily overhead. And 3 white lights. Successful lift.
Australia's big hope here is Gino Fratangelo from Tasmania, and we think he'll be starting at around 150, a conservative start, but he wants to get on the board.
Gino Fratangelo has written down 150 as a starter. Trained with Gino earlier this week. Gino could start at 55.
First attempt for Gino Fratangelo at 150, and that's a good start by the Australian.
Excellent start there by Gino, very easily off the floor. His next attempt, I think, will go to 157, not the normal 5-kilo jump, but 7 kilo.
Well, Gino missed out on a medal in 82 in Brisbane. He's really out to make amends here, and that's a very confident start.
As you can see, they're very easily off the floor and very confident lift.
Now, Mark Groombridge of England, a 23-year-old motor mechanic from Dover, his second attempt at 150 after clearing 142.5, so he's gone up 7.5 kilos.
He needs this lift to stay in contention. The second attempt is most important. If he succeeds with this, he'll really put the pressure on the opposition.
Straight back to the badminton after this, but it's a successful lift at 150. Mark Groombridge now, third attempt at 155. He's cleared 142.5.
Also, he just cleared 150 for a successful lift. This will really put him in contention for a medal chance here if he succeeds.
Kevin Roy of Canada still hasn't had his first attempt. Fratangelo has cleared 150, but this to put Groombridge in the early lead.
Groombridge there, chalking up the hands, looking a bit nervous, talking to himself there, trying to clear his head and what he has to actually do with that bar just to get it overhead and successful. And here he goes, Mark Groombridge from England.
Very powerful lifter. This is the equivalent of snatching 24.5 stone. And also this will equal his lifetime best.
And a very successful lift there. 3 white lights, no doubt, from the referees. Well done, Mark.
So Groombridge of England takes the lead in the heavyweight division. 5 kilos ahead of Gino Fratangelo, but Kevin Roy of Canada still to lift. Now Fratangelo has gone up to 157.5 as predicted by Greg, but here's this strong effort by the Englishman.
This is an excellent lift, this one. Excellent. Pulled the bar in nice and close, held it overhead, and had the 3 white lights from the referees.
So there he is, Gino Fratangelo of Australia. Clock has started, he has been called.
Gino should also get this lift quite easily. Kevin Roy is a surprise at the moment. He's also opted to go higher, so he could possibly start at 57.
Holder of all national records, 4th at Brisbane in 1982 at 100 kilos.